All right, man. Let's speak, man. So we got this teacher. Her name is Carly Ray. She admitted to, or she admitted to, you know, you know, intercourse with her student who was 15 years old. Shout out the current news playlist, the real one-on-one playlist. I'm gonna read and just leave her picture up here, and I'm gonna read from the New York Post so y'all can get the gist of it. And rarely is it an ugly chick. That's the crazy thing about it. Rarely is this a ugly woman. Then it's been a slew of these women the last few years that's been doing this. It's wrote by Anthony Blair. So I don't know much about Anthony Blair. They never put these guys' pictures up. I feel like if they write these articles, your picture should be up and your real name should be up, but that's just my opinion. But this was in Australia, by the way. Teacher with 8-week-old baby pleads guilty to letting her students clap her cheeks who was 15 years old. A high school student in Australia repeatedly had intercourse with a high school teacher, had intercourse with a 15-year-old student before trying to persuade him to lie to cops. She confessed Thursday, 8 weeks after giving birth. Carly Way, 37 years old. There's always middle-aged women. The women over in that geriatric or above 35 and above is always them. It's always them. It's rarely younger teachers. Younger teachers do get a lot of attention dressing. Now they very voluptuous. They got BBLs. We see them taking flack on TikTok, but you rarely see it's really them. The 20-year-old teachers, the 18-year-old teachers, 25-year-old female teachers. Speaking of the females, it's always the geriatric chicks. But she's 37. She appeared in court last week with her newborn and child to plead guilty to multiple child crimes. The Australia Broadcast Corporation reported. And my thing is this. They used that child to be a victim. They used the child to be like, hey, please don't send me to jail. I just had a child. Now, I don't know if it's going to get to that in the article, but it's a child to 15-year-old boys. And so many guys gonna watch this and think this is dope, and this is every man's dream. I wouldn't have said nothing. Straight up weirdos. So we know where your son can't come to if something like this happened to them. This messes up a young man's head still. This messes up a young man's head. Come on. This is a 22-year-old age. This messes up a young man's head. And so many young men, a lot of women go around saying, oh, you must hate your mother. And what about some of these young men have been touched and inappropriately by older women? D-Ray spoke about that, the comedian, and people laughed about it. And to me, it's nothing funny about it. Because a lot of y'all think it only go a one-way street where a lot of these young girls, this happened to them and they damaged and this, that, and the third. But a lot of these young guys, bro, man, they go around, they messed up, they mess up other people's kids. They never can get right in life. They never can get right in life because of something like this happened. It just don't happen once. Happens repeatedly and don't nobody care. That's the wild shit about it. It's not clear who the baby's father is. There we go. Speaking softly, Ray says she had sex with had clapped to underage guy in October 2024. The same month she was arrested for her crimes in various locations in the city of Newcastle, New South Wales, where she worked. And it's probably his. The teacher groomed her victim partly through flirtatious messages they exchanged with him on Snapchat and Instagram. My thing is this. This is why you got to check your kids' Snapchat and Instagram. This is why. Because why is a teacher? Why do y'all have Snapchat and Instagram? That's the $1 million question. Why do y'all have Snapchat and Instagram? Riddle me that. Why do y'all have Snapchat and Instagram? Why are you communicating? Y'all don't have Blackboard or something like Blackboard no more in school? That's the wild thing about it. But this is the things that, this is how it goes on. But most of these males gonna come in here and act like it's not a problem. Oh, he's a boy, and y'all be wondering why a lot of y'all messed up. And then you got to ask yourself, this is a teacher, somebody that you trust to be with your child. Somebody that you trust, you empowering to, protect your child, to teach your child. And you take advantage of it, this should be penalized by upper room. You should go to the upper room for this. Seriously. But, like I said, most of these immature dudes like, oh, man, I would love that to be me. And I wouldn't have said nothing. And like on some weird shit. Shit weird. And this has happened multiple times in the States. And if you go in Australia, they have a big issue with male and females too. It's just like in the United States, they have a big issue with they men and women are beefing over there. In Australia, women sound just like women over here in the United States. They talking all that same bull jive. They talking that same bull jive. Believe it or not, they talking that same bull jive. She also said at one point that it was too tempting to contact the student on Snapchat, apologizing for removing him from our contacts on our app. I mean, come on. 15 years old. We're not talking about 17, 18, even 16, 15-year-old. Come on. Then she talking about, my baby. Nah. Give it up for adoption or something. You don't need to have no kids in your possession. And that's real, man. And this is what it is, man. This is what this shit is in life, man. You can't gotta homeschool your kids. How this shit happen to your kids is your kids go to school and pick this up, or your kids spend the night at a relative or friends at a friend's house. This is how that shit go down. This is how your kids pick up bad habits. Real spill. This is how it goes down. And like I said, it's decent looking women. It's decent looking women who's doing this. There's good looking women who claim it's always a better ninja, right? Oh, F these dudes, and just look at the number of different chicks popping up the screen. I'll put this in, but nonetheless, but it's always that. It's always a better ninja, and men ain't this and men ain't that, and I don't need no men, and I ain't having sex, and we gonna abstain, and it's always them. It's always the women who don't want to be a woman, right? They don't want to just say, you know what, let me fall into a woman's role. Let me stop speaking back. It's always the women who want to be men. You got to watch out for that. The women that want to be men, that want to be masculine, that want to be in the lead, who want to control the relationship. These are the type of women. They don't like the men. The crazy thing about women, they don't like the men who like that. It's men out there that's weak, like Akash Singh, that likes the woman to run everything, give a woman his whole paycheck, and he cool. They don't like that. They don't like that. That's the crazy thing. Them guys instantly become, this is how you know women are nuts. Most women are nuts. They instantly they're not attractive. They want to get with the real masculine guy and break them. And when they can't break them and they can't get him to do what they want him to do, even that guy could be less attractive than the guy that'll be weak. Then they go prey on children. Then they say, if I can't be happy, the youth can't be happy, or y'all can't be happy, because it don't work with females. Female and female don't work. They'll instead of compromising with the weak man that they really want, they're gonna go fuck up the children. That's what they do. That's what they do. Instead of, it's the whole thing with the dating market. Instead of women matching up with guys on a level, and I hear a lot of guys like me have success when you date women that actually like you. You don't have a lot of the issues. Yeah, you go out there and you play the field, You deal with the bad bitches. They gon' most likely, if you ain't got game, they gonna tax you. They gonna tax you. So you pay the tax, but also you pay the tax. You come up with all the bullshit, all the callous shit, all the hard shit, all the shit in the past. Them being difficult. Every time you see them, you gotta spend money. Lord forbid you put a baby in her. Now she really about to break you. You know what I'm saying? You can deal with that, or you can deal with women who like you. And I think women have a hard problem with dealing with men who actually like them. Women don't like men who actually like them. Women like men that they can break down. Most of these women out here that's misandrous, feminine, they want the conservative man, the alpha man, the sigma man that they can break down and say, look, women, look what I did. I got them and I broke them. That's what they want. And a lot of times they leave that man, suck his resources, and be gone. And a lot of times they put up with that man for a long time, but that man is smart. He had never married her. So therefore, you get women 35, 37 years old preying on young children. That's how that happens. Women have a hard time dating who likes them or dating guys on their level. That's a fact. We tell it to men all the time, date who like you. But women have a hard time doing that as well, too. So hit the link in the description. Check out the current news playlist. Check out the real one-on-one playlist. The first link in the description is the Patreon. Or the first link in the description is the link tree. You can find me on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram. You can join my Free Game 89 channel. I appreciate everybody who supports all platforms. I got a Detroit channel. Everything inside that link tree is the first link in the description. One more videos like this, current news playlist, real one-on-one playlist. Other than that, man, one time for the one time, it is what it is, or it is what it ain't. Goodfella TV. Peace.